The Arecibo Observatory. What led to the collapse of the Arecibo Observatory? It just so happened to be the world's largest. Let's read what I wrote down in here, you all. It just so happens to be the world's largest single aperture telescope for 53 years before it went down. Before it went down, the largest one. So it was built in 1963, and it was surpassed in July of 2016 by the 500-meter aperture Spherical telescope in China, following two breaks in its cables supporting the receiver platform in the mid-2020. The NSF decommissioned the telescope, and a partial collapse of the telescope occurred on December the 1st of 2020, and before the controlled demolition could be conducted. In 2022, the NSF announced the telescope will not be rebuilt, with an educational facility to be established on the site. So, since 1963, you all get that. 1963, it was the world's largest single aperture telescope for 53 years. But in July of 2016, it was surpassed by the 500-meter aperture Spherical telescope in China, following the two breaks of the cable in 2020, and then it just went boom. It just went boom, you all, just like that. Hello there, Jesse James Travel. Yeah, so this is interesting. It's located in Puerto Rico, is where it's located in. Puerto Rico. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go over to the Puerto Rico is what we're going to do. I got to make sure. Jesse James, honey, that's just you and Gina. That's right. Just you and Gina is on here. So hello. You got a few moments. You got a few moments with Gina, because they're not going to allow anybody else into the stream, probably for around, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 minutes. That's right. It's okay. So that's all right. I got to make sure I can be heard. Okay, I got it. I got it. Yes, that's right. That's right. You got me all to yourself. That's kind of funny if you think about it. I got to get my seat situated is what I've got to do. Yes, get this seat situated, Gina, honey. We're going to do it. So it was, I actually saw with this telescope right here, it's what it used to look at. It was actually built inside a crater. Isn't that interesting? They built it inside a crater, took advantage of it, and it fit quite well. Looks quite snug. Just think how smooth it was. How smooth it was. And then it probably was a massive feat to build. Look at it. And then this is all that remains right here, over here to the side of this observatory. So that's all right. That's fine. Yeah, see, let me show you, Jesse. Boom. There we go. Look, we got a massive dip. We had 7 people watching. It dropped down to 2. Then it dropped down to 1. Then, boom, it shot back up to 14. So, yeah, we can see it. That's right. It's probably going to happen all throughout this live stream because of the subject and because of, I don't know why. But that's all right. That's fine. We're going to look at it. We are going to watch it. The Arecibo Telescope. And, you know what I think? I think some malevolent beings were involved in the destruction, pre-planned destruction. Hypothetically speaking, some malevolent interdimensional beings who have the ability to go to and from the dimensions. I believe they played a role in the destruction of this telescope. I think I'll update my thumbnail. I really do. I think I might stick myself right here in the center and update it because I think I like it like this. Let me do it. Let me do it. Okay. Okay, I can do it. Okay, I'm gonna update my thumbnail while I'm sitting here for a second, cause it's all right. Yeah, make it kind of bigger, and put myself right there in the center of it. Right there in the center, because I've got a hypothesis is an educated guess. It really is. Let me do this, you all. Let me come over here, and I'm going to update my thumbnail. I'm going to put my face in it. That's what I'm going to do. Right over here, Gina, honey. You can do it. We're also going to go to Google Earth. Hello there. Boom. What's wrong, Jesse James, honey? Are you okay? Are you okay? 3Og is your auntie? Yes. Kiki Y, Carol Huft. Hello. Let me do this. I got this up here on the live chat. We're going. You all can see yourself. We can see me. And let's come over here first to see this little Arecibo at the observatories right here. It's this article is about the observatory complex in general. Okay, so see the Arecibo complex. So look at that 500-meter aperture by China. The Spherical Telescope. You know, it was very convenient. It was quite convenient for that right there to fall down, because look, there's one to replace it. There was one to replace it, you all. So it was very, very convenient for it to completely finish falling down in, where are we at? 2020. The partial collapse occurred on December the 1st of 2020. The partial. Yeah, the partial collapse. So that's really interesting. And then boom, it just something happened. It did, and we're going to watch the video too. How the numbers drop off. Oh, Jesse, honey, that's not nothing. That's not nothing. It really isn't. It happens all the time. It happens all the time. Sometimes we pop in here and we look at it, but it's okay, because we got some information to get out, and it's not too popular with somebody, but that's okay. We can do it. Hugh, a plug, ugly, hoodlum. Yes, we are in Puerto Rico tonight. Yes. That's right. Okay, see, okay, I want you to see. So we go from here, we go from 44, we go to 26, and then we go to 19, and then we go back up to 41. See, it's all good. They do it to my channel every hour. On the hour, they just keep dropping the numbers in half, so sometimes I show it. It doesn't do no good, but probably does go against me. But, oh well, maybe I don't think the algorithm likes it, but I thought the algorithm was our friend. I really did, more than the human was our friend. The human beings. Yes, that's right, Blackbird. Hello. So we're back over here, and we're looking at this Arecibo telescope, how it, collapsed and stuff like this. So let's look at the time it collapsed. You can see it right here. First, let's come over here. Let's go to this coordinates if we can. Let me copy them. I don't know if this will. Wait, let me do this. I'm going to just do this. I'm going to do. Boom. We're going to go to Google Earth. Is what we're going to do. If you can tune in, we're going to come over here. See if I can pull this up on Google Earth, because we want to go check it out on Google Earth to see what it looks like. I really do. I haven't been there yet to check it out, you all. We can do it. That's right. We're going to do it. Yeah, we're going to Google Earth. Let's go. Let's go to Google Earth. Somebody's got a triangle over them. Okay, right there. There's a Bermuda. There's a triangle now located in this section. Oh, we got it over here by Ireland. It's like a portal. Portal's being opened. Ireland and... Okay, you can see it right there. Got a portal. Well, let's spin this around, see if there's any other triangular portals. Although that kind of did look like something up there, but that's right there. So, everything else is safe. Okay, just that one triangle portal. But let me pop this in right here, you all. Let's do it. Pop it in. Let's go to Arecibo National Observatory thing, you all. We're going straight to it. Let's hope it's not cloudy. Perfect. Perfect. And you can see that it is intact. It didn't collapse. That's right, as of yet. because this is, oh, now wait a minute, you all. Something strange is going on. This imagery date is 5/19 of 2022. Good evening, last 1207. Good evening, you all. So this image is from, you see down here at the bottom, I don't know if y'all can see down here the date on here. Let me blow it up so you can see it. Let me do it. I want to show you all it. This is the date that Google has. The imagery date is 5/19 of 2022 of the Arecibo Observatory area, and it looks like there's something already hanging, doesn't it? Why would they put that there when it certainly was supposed to have collapsed? Really, think about it. It's supposed to have collapsed, and if they had, this is a real image, do you think they just like drew it in there and they just made it look all nice and everything? Good evening, that's right. Do you think that's what they did? They could have. They really could have. Yes, you will. Hello there. We need some more people allowed in the comment. Google algorithm moderator, please. Can you put some more people? Can you open the door, your cyber door, and let some more people come in here to the chat? Because we only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in the chat that's being allowed, and we have 106 concurrent viewers. So Google moderator AI hashtag. Could you put some more people in the live chat? That was not nice. 80 down to 34. That's not nice at all. It isn't. Alrighty. Hello there, Jennifer Hill and my gizmo. So let's come over here because we're over here at Google Earth. And we wanted to see the telescope. Literally, it was supposed to got destroyed in, let's do this. So now this image date is down here, 11/24/22. Let's take this back a timeline. I want to try to take this back. We can see it right here, you all. This is 2012. Why wouldn't they update this? Ask yourself, why would you not sorry, I am so sorry I didn't have it on there. Why wouldn't they update that, you all, really? This is what it looks like. It's staying in the same place. You would think that it would be updated. The image right there is from 10/10 of 1993. 93. That's 2003. 2009. Let's see if any other buildings show up either. The landscape is changing, but it's 2016. 2016 is when it supposedly got surpassed. 2017. This is 2018. Thank you, Jennifer. I think this is too, because there really is something. Wait a minute. Is this around here right now, these clouds? You think these clouds are around here? Because they look kind of weird. They really kind of look strange. They look kind of neat. I know it's all computer graphics, but they're supposed to be showing it. That's all right. They're probably UFOs in the clouds. They really are. Okay, so this is a 2018. 5 of 18, 11 of 18, 10 of 29, 10 of 29. What is that? Is that supposed to be there, that triangle? Can you see it? Is that triangle supposed to be there? Let's click back one click. Okay, it's not there on the 2018. 2019 it's there. Okay, it's still there. It's probably nothing at all. It's 2020. Okay, and now it's 2020. 12 of 2020, it's still intact. 2 of 2021, you're still seeing the shadow there. They never did change it. Why didn't they change it? This doesn't really kind of make sense. It really doesn't, and it stops at 11/20/22. All right, we are on here. There are current plans to reconstruct it. Okay, so we've got that. Let's see if we can come down here and look. Let's go to the ground level. If they'll give us a ground level. No, you don't get a ground level. Look at the center of it. It's got a triangle in the center of it. Portal, a triangular portal. Look at that. Can you see those in the center? Lots of triangles in it also. Do you think there's something to the triangles that are in it, you all? Those of you who may know about triangles, is there something to it? Because there's perfect size. They're perfectly fit in there, just like that. Just like that. Right down there in the bottom. And it's probably, and it's also up there at the top. Okay, so there's that right there. Now let's come back over to here. Let me come over here to the Arecibo Observatory. This is what it looks like, you all. It's cracked. This is what happened. It fell down. It's showing it like that, but it's showing like the earth taking over it. It's like that. See, big cracks in it. This is what it's supposed to look like right now. Does it look like this right now? Because it's cracked, and it would take a long time to fix this. There's nothing hanging up there at all. That is a mammoth job. And you can see that the forests look like they have grown all around it. Yeah, see, that's what's a little strange. The forest, look, the Arecibo's telescope, 900 ton in December the 3rd of 2020. Right there, December the 3rd of 2020. So it's got like irreparable damage. Hello, Great Awakening team. Hello. A huge underwater base in Puerto Rico. I would not be surprised. That's the aerial view. It was iconic radio telescope. What else was it? It was also a something like an ionosphere. Okay, iconic. It was like an ionosphere too. 900 tons crashed into its its bow-shaped disc below, and the tops of 3 support towers. They snapped off and they fell. Its destruction was not unexpected. The telescope was damaged beyond repair after 2 cables broke in August and November. So losing the Arecibo dealt a major blow to the efforts to protect Earth from hazardous asteroids and search for signs of intelligent life. However, pending major funding, a new state-of-the-art facility could be built in its place. So this was a major blow to protect Earth from the hazardous asteroid and signs of intelligent life. But that's okay. That's okay, you all. Why is it okay? Because China just so happens to had theirs built and finished in 2016. And now they are the world's largest. Right there. Look, it was declared, you all, come on now, come on. It was declared fully operational on January the 11th of 2020. And in December of 2020 is when the Arecibo, that was the end of it. There was the end of it, you all. There was. It's kind of sad, but there was something else that happened. Okay, and what do they have? What's this? This is Park Observatory. They got something like this, but it's just a smaller dish. Let me do this, you all. Just a smaller radio astronomy observatory in New South Wales, Australia. It's called the dish. The dish, you all. It's kind of big too. That's all right, you all. It's fine. They got a feed antenna, wherever that's at. So we've got those. We got this. And I wanted to, let me bring this on here. I want you to watch this. Let me get this back to me. Let me do this. Let's watch. It's they just uploaded. They just uploaded this the crash. A drone footage provided by the National Science Foundation. Drone just so happened to be there when it all went kerplunk. It was monitoring it. It showed up, and I'm gonna bring it on here so we can see it. I am, and we're gonna find it, and then I want to slow it down because I really believe that it was some malevolent interdimensional beings played a role. Aliens, because it can't search for their life anymore. It can't. So get out of the way, Gina, honey. Let's look at it. Well, y'all can see it. Can you see it? Watch it. The drone caught it. Which is kind of interesting. It is. We got 30 seconds to go, and now we're going to get a different view from the drone, who just so happened to be observing it, you all. It really did. It was just up there, and it observed it. It was in the right place at the right time. See? Look at that. The right place at the right time. So it could watch it. And down it went. It's like that. Isn't that interesting? It fell down in the ground. Dave Edwards. There's more to that than meets the eye, so we're going to look at it too. We are. I got to put my jacket on. Yes, there's more to that than meets the eye. A whole lot more to that, because it just so happened Oumuamua was coming around. Let me get my jacket on, because I'm getting cold. I am getting a little cold. Yes, okay. Oumuamua came around, and you can see it right here. I want you to notice. Look at the color of the color of the smoke, or whatever you want to call it. It's the same color of those orangish brownish clouds. Is what it is as they fall. Orangish brownish clouds. And that's what the UFO, the interdimensional like UFO, show up as. Look, see right there. You can see some of it too. Now we got some white. You can see some brown over there too. See some brown and some white. They look like the color of, like, you know how the sun makes the clouds look when the sun goes down and get that reddish tint and stuff like that. And yet when you see these reddish like clouds in the sky and the sun ain't even nowhere near it. Something like that. Angel Miss, honey, what happened? What happened? So see it go down. You seen some red? Let me slow it down. Let me slow it down. Look, you can see them in the background. You literally can. Let's make it bigger. Let me get myself out of the way. Let's make it a little bit bigger. You can watch it, how they show up. It's all good right now. Let me push it. I'm going to slow it down. Let's slow it down. You can see them coming. You really can. No, I don't need to make it bigger if I'm going to slow it down so you can watch it. Let me do it like this. And that's a little small, Gina. Nobody can see it. Just stop playing with it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to stop playing with it. Watch it. Look on the edge of it right here. I got to put myself over this media source and shrink myself down so I can move around the screen. I'm going to get really small. Look right here. It looks like it's got some kind of force right here. It's like that orangish like force, cloud-like structure. Let me put myself up here. Let's watch it. Finish it going down. I want to make this small because I want you to watch up there at the top too, because they appear to show up at the top, the interdimensional clouds, as this thing is going down. And you see what else appeared? Shoot, Gina. Let me do this. Right here beneath me is like one of those dark, those black like things that come up out of the ground, and you can see them, they manifest. It's right there beneath me. You can barely see it. Can you see it? Let me make it a little bit bigger. It's like right beneath me. It too showed up. Let me get out of the way so you can see it as it starts falling down. I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it got there. This one right here. And this shouldn't be that color, but it is. Let's just watch it. I'm not going to touch it. Let me let you watch it. See the color of them as it goes down? And then if we come up here, this is really wild too. So this falls right here. But up here, when something else comes tumbling down up here, let's watch it. See these beams of light coming straight up from underneath? Okay, this thing is falling. See, that's strange. This black that came, let me pause it. Look. This is very sensitive. I am so sorry. Watch this area right here, because there's like dark straight shadows that come from that area. You can see them. They're starting to form right here in this spot. And you got some of that reddish stuff too that you see in the clouds, interdimensional like. It's like this is, there's nothing here in this spot, but yet there's those shadows. You can say, Gina, honey, that's from the sun. Okay, it's fine. It's from the sun. They just stay there. And look how this is red right there. It's all red down here too. It's red down here as it comes crashing down with a great big force. I think it had help. Look how the smoke or this whatever looks behind it. I don't think it had that much dust on it. I really don't. In order for this to happen, look at that. Look at all this down in here. It does. Look at that, how that came out of nowhere. Where is that force coming from behind that, you all? Really ask yourself. How come there is light, smoke light and stuff like that coming down? It reminds me of the clouds, because I really happen to believe that the clouds are, some of those clouds are super intelligent and some of them are interdimensional. I just so happen to believe that. You can see it down here. It's still going. Now, granted, it's probably really deep down there in that crater where this was built. It looks like trees are falling. They're just sitting there. Totally sitting there. Let's look at it. See, look at this down here. It like gets a straight edge. See this? Down here it almost has like a corner right down here. Right above my head is like straight edges from that. And I don't think it should have straight edges unless it was like interdimensional. It looks really odd to me. It does, like right there. How we doing in here, you all? It does. It looks kind of interdimensional. Let's see. And these two, Like, look how this white stuff shows up. Let's see if we can get any more. This is the first time I've slowed it down since you all been on here. Look down here. This doesn't look normal either. These white tips. I get ready to have a hot flash. Look, look, look. See, doesn't that look mystical? It looks really mystical with all of this like that, because it looks like some of the cloud structures in the sky, how they look. And I don't think that this thing had so much powdery stuff on it, so much dust on it, in order to create something like that. I really don't believe that. So down it comes. That comes out of nowhere. It does. It shoots down. Look at that. Automatically it shoots down. Watch it. It'll show up out of nowhere. Oh, play. Boom. Do you see it? You see it? It's like something's forcing it to go down right there, is what it looks like. Let's watch it again. It's forcing it to go down right there. Right there in that spot. And right there too. It's forcing it down. Look at it. It's like a power not of this earthly realm. It's interdimensional malevolent beings. Same way underneath me. It's forced down. Look at that. It's like they are, can you see it? They are pushing it down. They did. They started pushing it down from up here. They did. They pushed it down from right there. Look at them. They're doing it. There they go. 1, 2, 3. At least 3. Here they come. Boom. Forcing it all the way down. What type of technologically advanced race of beings can do that? Interdimensional aliens, because they didn't want this right here telescope finding them. And then the same thing up here, but more. These are darker ones up here at the top. That kind of looked like a being up there, you all. Let me come over to it. If you're just tuning in, they shared there was a drone that they said had caught the footage of the Arecibo Telescope falling down. It just so happened to be in the right place at the right time, watching it. So you can see that the white streaks that are coming down, they don't look like they're natural right here. No, they're interdimensional. It's some kind of a interdimensional force that is getting involved. And up here by my head, it's not going to hit me in the head, you all. I'm okay. I'm a hologram on this. But if you look up here, it looked like this dark entity right here. It's a dark entity that probably came through. Gina, are you serious? It sounds funny, but that's what it feels like. A dark entity came through the other dimension and pushed it over, and it must have been really tall. It really must have been super, super tall to do it. Watch it. Watch it fall down. See how dark it is up there? Just going to make it fall down. What's over my head? There was nothing right here, and I got my head in the way, you all. Let's look at it as it falls down. This is from the National Science Foundation footage. Thank you. It was found on a public webcam, public site. Look at that. You see it? You see that right there? What happened? It like shot out really fast. Did you see? It's like something hit it. Right here, it comes down and like something hit it. Let's watch it. Look at the force, you all. This is wild. Watch it come down. Whoa, that is not normal, you all. It really is not normal to do that. You see that? What is it? It looked like something was shot from a spacecraft and did it. Boom. They blew it up and knocked it down. The interdimensional species did it. They've awakened the giant. Yeah, they did. And in the meantime, this is really going to get me in trouble. It is. Like a lot of trouble. I'm not supposed to be showing this. You're not supposed to go beyond what is given, Gina. Don't go beyond what is given. Watch them come down. They're white streaks. Here's the first one right here. And you're going to see some more that are going to show up. And they're going to come from up here, and they're going to take their white streaks, but they're intelligently here. They're going to come from up here, and they're going to push it down. Here's 1, 2. Watch them. They're going to push it all the way down. Boom, boom, and boom. Push it down to the ground. I don't even know if some of these things that are falling are real either. They don't look real. Some of these things that are falling down from here, they're wiggling around like they are pliable. If you watch them as they fall, it's wiggling. Straightens up and it wiggles. They may not even be real pieces of metal or anything, the way that they can bend, really. Let's get over to the rest of it. This drone actually caught it. Let's look at the drone. And this video may not be for everybody. Look at the color of the smoke, whatever you want to call it. It's the same color as those UFOs that travel in the clouds. They're interdimensional. It's the same color. It's that orangish brownish color right there. Okay, Gina, quit talking. Okay, let me get out of the way of this. We want to watch this. Watch it, you all. They got the drone showing it. We want to see what happens. We want to see every bit of it. Let's shrink it down some. It's good to see it in slow motion. Okay, we got every bit of it. Okay, we got it. Let's watch it. I'm not going to put my face in the way either. I want to see what happens. It's going slow, you all. So this is the Arecibo Telescope. It was the world's largest. And we can see, let's see, it looks like one cable unwound. Kind of reminds me of the Hydra things, how they recoiled when they... I didn't even get to see that, you all. That other one came out way too fast. It came out way, way, way too fast, the very first one. It shot right out without any debris whatsoever coming out. It pulled itself straight out. That looks so wild looking. And you can see the white on this. You think they paint those white? Did they have a white coating? That don't look normal. Does that look normal to you all? What if they have some kind of technology that can get on there and somehow manipulate the composition to bring it to life? They have the technology that these like alien species or stuff, they can turn inanimate objects to life. They can bring them to life. You all look down over there. I would not be surprised if something like that got on that wire and did it. Yeah, like when they detonate explosives. And look at the cloud structure. Would it had created such a cloud structure? Because they look like the normal clouds that you would see, like the mist-looking things in a forest after like a change in the weather or something. It's kind of what it looks like, you all, right? Like that. And down there at the bottom, it looked like interdimensional. Let's watch it. Let's watch it come out again, because it came out really fast. Let me slow it down. I'm going to slow it down, and we're going to watch it come out in that one spot. It's this thing. Where am I at on here? Let me find myself. It's this one right here that pulls completely out, and there's nothing that happens. Nothing. Just watch it. It pulls out with no problem whatsoever. It looks like it has some paint flakes on it. It looks like one of the things. Watch it. It blew up. It blew up, you all. And now it's down there hanging. It looks like it blew up. It really does. Let's look at that again. It looked like something blew it up. Looks like an explosiveness. It does. It looked like an explosive device was put on there. Like there's things falling off. I'm trying to see if that wire, okay, this wire is wiggling. Okay, there's that orangish smoke right there, that orangish cloud thing right there. Floating around. You can barely see it. We want to watch it come out of there. They're up to no good. Just think, you can't see them. If they're invisible, you can't see them when they're cloaked at all. Look how they counted that down. Okay. This bottom wire is moving. Okay, here we go. I paused it. Look at that structure of it. It does. It looks like an explosion. Look at that. But if it was an explosion, it would have done more than, it would have done a lot more damage to the inside of this too once the smoke cleared. If it was some type of explosion, it should have damaged the metal housing. But it's still hanging in there. See, the wire is still hanging in there. How can the wire still be hanging in there when it looked like it fell out? That doesn't make sense. Yeah, it didn't make sense at all. That's see-through. Wait a minute. That's see-through, you all, right there. Let's look back at that one thing. When you watch, I think this Arecibo, when it goes over that, I think it's see-through. No, it's not see-through, Gina, honey. Wait. Is that? Wait a minute. That looks like this white thing is in front of the letters. How could the white thing be in front of the letters, you all? Did they do this video to make this? Is this fake? They're playing games, you all. Look at that. This is photoshopped. Do you hear me? Can I put myself on here? This is photoshopped. Can you see that? Because if it ain't Photoshop, it sure does look like it. Looks like the chat dropped. Let's go over there and look really fast. It did. It dropped. It dropped down here to 120 from 259 to 173. This is where I'm at right here. Yeah, look at that. That video is not real. It can't be. Yes, that's right. A drone would happen to be there at that same time. Okay, let's continue watching it, you. I am so sorry for doing this to you. It's not very nice of me. It's not. Gina, honey, it's not. Let's watch the rest of it, you all, because it's really exciting. Okay, this is a controlled demolition by the extraterrestrial malevolent beings. The evil beings is what it is. The evil beings have done this, and I really feel that within my being. The evil beings did this. Let's stand right here. Okay. Yep. Yours says 275. There we go. Boom. It came from that side over there. It looked like it came from the back side. And that cable has snapped. This one down here. Let me do this. Right down here has snapped. There's some really dark forces at work. Looks kind of stringy. It does. It looks stringy. And then what's that hanging right there? But look how stringy it looks, you all. That doesn't look real. It looks like a life form. And this thing right here that it's hanging on. Wait. They overlaid it. See, it's covering up the Arecibo thing, you all. It's covering that up as it's going over it. That's okay. Now it's going to wiggle. We're going to watch it turn into a snake, a wiggly snake. Okay, there it is. Look at that. Now, do you think that's real? That does not look real at all. Just going to get you in trouble, Gina. You open your big fat mouth again. And talking about things you don't know. It's perfectly white smoke. I know there wasn't a fire. There couldn't have been a fire. Really, if there is a life form, like they say, that has an alien life form that has the ability to, like in Transformers, it can walk by an inanimate object and it can take on its shape. It's just like the that liquid thing they have that kind of looked like a mercury or something, and it can turn into whatever it wants to. Some dark shadows on that disc. Some dark shadows on the disc, you all. We can see them right there. Dark shadows. Was there dark shadows before too as it fell? I'm sure there was. Look how it goes down. Look, hey, oh yeah, this is neat, you all. Look at that. Boom. It looks like boom. It just knocked it down like that. Now, granted, if it's falling fast, it probably would look like something's behind it, but this don't look normal. And this kind of looked like chemtrails look in the sky, you know, when they show the line. Look what happened up there. It's got white boom coming down. Boom, there you go. Okay, that blew up too, you all. I'm about done with it. Okay, I'm gonna put this out of the way. Let's get this out of the way, you all. Let's move it. I'm gonna stop it. I'm gonna move it. Where am I at? Can I find myself on here? Yeah, I am. Now let's go look for Oumuamua. We want to see Oumuamua. We really do want to see Oumuamua. And I'm going to get rid of the media source right now. And let's see if I can bring the image over here. This is what we're watching right here. What led to this observatory collapsing, because China's went up. It became active in 2020, January. It is kind of strange. It is. So that's okay. It is. There's nothing new under the sun, you all. One would have to ask, what could they be covering up? Well, that's a good question because, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. So let's come over here, you all. We're going to come over here. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of China's. Let's come over here to this. It was time for it to collapse, you all. That's what they said. It was time for it to collapse. But let's type in the Oumuamua. You know how to spell the Oumuamua? O-M-A. I don't even know the name. Asteroid. I can just do that. Asteroid. I don't even have to spell it right, you all. We don't even have to spell it right because it's so intelligent. Look at this right here. As shown here, image with a 4.2 meter William Herschel telescope on the Canary Islands. Well, that's why the Canary Islands ain't going to get destroyed yet, because they need the telescope on the Canary Islands, you all. 2017. Tracking the object through 5 minutes, the Oumuamua Verk 2017 is the second known discovery of matter of interstellar origin within the solar system. But these look like the ships. They look like ships, you all. They really do, but that's okay. The Oumuamua didn't look like that, but it's all right. Let's get the let's get that. What do we know about it? What do we know about the Oumuamua? That's what it looks like, you all, right here. It's just twirling around in space. It's the first interstellar visitor. It just so has things on it that can help propel it, by Elizabeth Landau. It must be very elongated because of its dramatic variations in brightness. And you can see that, look how it looks right here. This doesn't make sense because this looks like NASA's things right here. Let's look. It came from outside the solar system. It was tracking it. I want to know when it first showed up, you all. Will they say it must be elongated? What does it look like? What is it made of? Where did it come from? After 2018, the Oumuamua was no longer visible to the telescopes. 2018. So let's go back to the 2018. I want to try to make it on here because this is what we found. We did a video on this before on this channel right here. I just want to try to see if I can get it on here. The Oumuamua, and paste, and Arecibo, Arecibo, let's see. Well, they couldn't use it. They couldn't use it, you all, in 2017. NASA's Spitzer. It was a listening device too. Is it a listening device? Look at this. Arecibo Observatory radio telescope was instantly recognizable, is what it said. I'm trying to find something on it. It's getting a cleanup. Oh, well, that's good. It's continuing. It's getting a cleanup. Maybe they're fixing it. They should fix it. 2020, it shows the records of the radio telescope after years of collapse. It's 1,000 feet wide, 305 meters. Late 2020, it was decommissioned. We're not going to play the sound. It was a special telescope. I read something and we did a video. Look at the damage down there, you all. Look at that. That is a lot of damage. A ton of damage done to that. Continuing cleanup. Emergency cleanup team cleaned up the cleanups and repair. They're just heartbreaking is what it is. They're heartbreaking, and they couldn't use it. I don't think they used it. The only way I could find something on it, you all, is to go to this YouTube channel and search for the Oumuamua telescope. The Oumuamua. Right here. Could NASA's DART mission actually, we actually got videos on here. This is 4 months ago. Wow, it seems like so long ago. Could NASA's DART mission actually be targeting an alien spaceship disguised as an asteroid? You can see it right there. A 433-foot asteroid, a Oumuamua ship, KY4 headed towards Earth. Right here, you all. Look at this. Let's watch this. Can we watch this? Is it okay to watch this video right here of the Oumuamua's arrival? Because I really would like to watch it. You could picture it, country boy, as a listening device. Oh, well, that's okay, because Gina Honey likes to do it. I'm just doing it just to be pleasant, because I'm going to play it anyhow. I'm going to play it anyhow. That's right, you all. We can do it. Let's make sure I've got the audio on for it so we can see it, because it should work if I play it. Because we're gonna click into it, and
if you have $2,500 or more in savings, then I urge you to listen to this message, as it could be extremely.
The Oumuamua. Into it, and the arrival of the first interstellar visitor near Earth. It just so happened at that time that Hurricane Maria came barreling through as a Category 5 hurricane, headed straight toward Puerto Rico, and damaged the world's largest and most powerful radio telescope, which it was so much more than that. As it went through, the Puerto Rico Arecibo Telescope was damaged. Right around the time that Oumuamua ship came through. And shortly thereafter, something happened that finished off the telescope. The cable collapsed, making it no longer available for scientific research. It stopped everything. The scientists said, had they not been given enough warning, and they used that, about the arrival of the Oumuamua ship, which they called an asteroid, which we know it's not, they could have gathered a lot more data, even though they all came together. And had that telescope in Puerto Rico not been taken out of commission during its arrival, they could have got a lot more data. But Did they turn the sound off to that? Because I can't hear it anymore on my phone. That's what I'm wanting to know. Did they turn the sound off to it? Anymore on my phone. Or was I on the wrong one? That's what I'm wanting to know. Did they turn the sound off to it? Gina, honey, I think you were on the wrong one. That's okay. Let me see if I can hear it. Hurricane Maria came through and rent their plans, Gina, honey, rent all the gathering. Let me see if I can hear it. So, Hurricane Maria I'm going to come over here, you all, and there's something much greater. This happened, Hurricane Maria came through September the 17th of, let me just say this. September the 17th of 2017. You know what? It was around 1 year later that I documented the ships around the sun with the observatory shutdowns. That's when my journey began. I'm going to come right over here. And I know that they don't want very many people watching this video. That's why this didn't go out like it should have. But that's okay. Hello there, Apple Brooks. Hello, Marcel. That's right. That's okay, you all. If you watch this video from a... if you watch this video as a repeat, I want you to share this video. Give this video a thumbs up because that was not a mere coincidence. Hello, Susan B. Honey. It wasn't a coincidence. The timing of Hurricane Maria, the destruction of the Arecibo Telescope, and the arrival of the Oumuamua asteroid ship. And it's our first interstellar visitor to Earth. It was not a coincidence at all. It wasn't. I want to take you over here. This is how they explained it. The Oumuamua, the first interstellar asteroid observed from Earth. The name is for the first messenger from afar. The first messenger from afar. This past month, don't tell me this, you all. Let me see. Yeah, this past month, a visitor passed through our solar system, and astronomers still observing it fade away into the night, hoping to gather more information as it leaves our solar system. It was a cosmic first. The first observed interstellar asteroid visitor ship. We know that in our own solar system, leftover pieces of the early materials that form the planets remain. Close to the sun, where it's too warm for ice to freeze solid, these leftovers are called asteroids. Farther out where the ice remains solid, these bodies become cores of possible comets. But it wasn't a comet, because comets would break apart as they come toward the sun. And the strange thing is, with all the data that was gathered, there was an invisible force that was projecting it forward. And they don't know the source of that force that was pressing it forward. They don't know. Let me put this right here. I'm just going to copy, if you're just tuning in, I'm going to copy the link of that one right there. And I'm going to put it right here. This is not going to be a long video because it doesn't need to be long. It doesn't need to be long at all. Not at all. Around comes Hurricane Maria. Category 5 Maria makes landfall in Dominica, September the 19th. A hurricane warning was placed for Puerto Rico, Culebra, Vázquez. Maria is likely to affect Puerto Rico as an extremely dangerous hurricane. You can see it right here. It will produce rain, total rain accumulations up to 6 to 12 inches with isolated maximum amounts of 20 inches across the central and southern Leeward Islands, including Puerto Rico, U.S., and British Virgin Islands. I'm going to put the link right here for you all. I'm going to keep this short. I'm going to try my best to keep it short. It doesn't need to be long. Where are we at? Right here. Hurricane Maria shows up. Oh, look. CERN. Wow. They got CERN in the background. That's okay. That's okay. Hurricane Maria. Right there. And let's go over here. The Arecibo Telescope. Let's look at this. The observatory's 305-meter radio telescope is the largest single-aperture telescope ever to be constructed. When functional, it carried out three major areas of research: radio astronomy, aeronomy, and radar observations of solar system objects. The telescope has been used in the James Bond movie GoldenEye, and in the film Contact with Sigourney Weaver. Is that with Sigourney or who? I don't know. It wasn't Sigourney Weaver. I forget who it was in the movie Contact. It received international recognition in 1999 when it began to collect data for SETI Home Project. Already suffered significant damage from Hurricane Maria in 2017 and earthquakes. As if that didn't finish it off, they send the earthquakes in 2019 and 2020. The dish suffered a catastrophic structural failure on December the 1st of 2020 when the remaining cables for the antenna and the dome assembly failed, sending these components plunging 450 feet onto the dish below. The National Science Foundation had already announced plans to decommission and dismantle the telescope in November of 2020 before the total structural failure. So that is the Arecibo Telescope right there. Did I put that in here? I want to put that in here too. The Arecibo Telescope right there. I've spoke about this telescope once before, and you can see it right there. Look how powerful Hurricane Maria is. That's my middle name, Gina Maria. That's really interesting. But they called it Maria. So we can see the telescope right here. We can see some of the images of it. It's hanging up high. Look at you. It was the world's most powerful telescope in the whole entire world. Let's look at these surprising facts really fast about it. I want to show this.
Isn't that interesting?
6 surprising facts about the world's most powerful telescope. Right here. Let me put this in. And I need to try to keep this short, just short. And thank you for your comments on here. The antennas, no, this is not that, is it? The Actima Large Millimeter Supplemental Array is the world's most powerful. This is in Chile. There's a telescope in Chile also, Atacama. It is ginormous. Right around that area, you all. It is ginormous. Wow. The Atacama. It's designed to spot some of the most distant, ancient galaxies ever seen and to probe the areas around young stars for planets in the process of forming. 6 things you need to know about this one. Immense astronomy project. It is ginormous. It has 66 radio antennas. It took 1 decade to build. It was sponsored by North America, Europe, East Asia with the cooperation of Chile. ALMA is the one eye of the sky, on the sky. It's, I got to turn this off, you all. One eye of the sky. And it is among the highest instruments on Earth with an altitude of 16,570 feet above sea level. It perches atop Shanganator Plateau. It puts it above much of Earth's atmosphere, which blurs and distorts lights. It is the driest places on Earth in Chile, the Atacama Desert. The dishes are nearly perfect, dozens of them, with none deviating from an exact parabola by more than 20 micrometers. It prevents any incoming radio waves from being lost. This is one cool telescope. The electronic detector called the front end that amplifies and converts the radio signals collected must be kept at a chilling 4 Kelvin degrees, minus 452 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 269 degrees Celsius to prevent introducing noises to the signal. The groundbreaking observatory promises to reveal many new secrets to the cosmos. I think, let me see if I put this in space.com, you all. I did. I put that in there. So we've got this, and we've got Hurricane Maria right here, if we can get over to it, if it wants us to. In the meantime, these telescopes suffered damage when Oumuamua came through, and Oumuamua is it's not just an asteroid, it is a ship. It's our first interstellar visitor. Look at this path of this Hurricane Maria right there. So I think that this Oumuamua right here, the first observed interstellar asteroid, the first messenger from afar, and it was being propelled by its own force. Some kind of force was propelling it. So I just find it very coincidental that during this time, the scientists were not able to have access to the Arecibo Telescope in Puerto Rico because Hurricane Maria decided it was going to come through around about that time also. And it's not a, what they say, like comet or asteroid. It's not. It's something much greater. And why did they finish off that telescope? With the earthquake in 2019, and then 2020, boom, it's gone. It's gone. So I've got another interesting video I'm going to do this evening, and it involves dark matter, CERN, lightning strikes, and how it's all tied together, and all the many different ways they're searching for dark matter, and wormholes, creating the wormholes, sending negative energy through the wormholes, trying to lure out whatever that's inside these wormholes or these black holes, trying to get it to come out. It's antimatter. So I'm going to go, you all. This Oumuamua is it's a ship. So that's a video that I did with the Arecibo telescopes, and let me come over here to the live stream. I can I'll put it here in the live stream right here. You can see it down here at the bottom. It's had a lot of, there has been so many. You can see, I want you to look at the jaggedness right here. All this jaggedness, these are breaks in the chat. All of this, how it's like that. Continuous breaks in the live chat. Oh my gosh, we're over an hour in, and they had to keep breaking it and breaking it and breaking it. Let me put this back to me. I've got to turn off the audio input. Okay, we got it. We got it, you all. That's fine. I got a lag, I think, also here. It is kind of interesting. It is, but there is something to what's going on with these, how Oumuamua was coming. So was Hurricane Maria. And then it was time for Oumuamua to come the next time. Then they had an earthquake. And then, voila, the cables broke, and then nobody gets to see it from there anymore. They don't. So, I think it was malevolent aliens. Malevolent alien entities that played a role because it didn't want to, or they didn't want this right here, or the scientists to pick up, because they would have picked it up. They would have. The scientists wanted to have time. They were only given a few hours to observe when Oumuamua came through the first time because of the hurricane. A few hours, and only a couple hours. That's it. That's it. If they would have told them ahead of time, but no, they didn't. They didn't tell them at all. So yeah, that's right, you all. So I am going to go, and this is not going to be another popular video because of the subject matter, because I can't stay out of trouble. Yeah. This is fine. It's fine, you all. It's in the big scope of my life. It's fine. My life will go on regardless. That's right, Gina. So thank you all for tuning in, and we have made it through here without one single normal moderator. I guess Google AI moderator was moderating. They did a fine job. They did. That's okay, you all. We can do it. We did do it. So I'm going to go. And yeah, I really do believe that was aliens. Played a role with different life forms. They can do anything they want to up there in that sky. They can. They can cloak themselves and everything. And you wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it. They're invisible. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And you may not agree with my thought process. It's just a thought process. It's just a hypothesis based on data that I gather in my head, you all. That's all it is. Just opinion. That's right. I'm a tad bit opinionated with this right here. That's all. Everybody has them. They do. Everybody forms their own opinions. It's just I just threw mine in there with it. I did. Have a wonderful evening. You all. Love you.